are the Guinea Pig Collective. All will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Bunch of slap-jawed faggots around here.
Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome back with another Monday as we're getting rolling here. Another day of the week, because that's exactly what it is to us, another day of the week. I want to thank everybody that has always stopped by for every single one of these streams, everybody who watches the videos, even though YouTube tends to like to not promote my shit. They just like to play this game with me, where they kind of shadow ban some of my videos. And I've actually been watching it because at the 5.5 hour mark is when your video can no longer really go viral. It's when it's not really new, and it's kind of when it's just going to be a little bit suppressed by the algorithm to begin with. And I watch every one of these damn videos that they catch what I'm doing when I'm playing games, what times I post it or what videos I post. Right after it passes that 5.5 hour mark and it hits around 6 hours, that's all of a sudden when the video can actually start picking up a few views. By then, it's already too late, and it's never going to hit the views that it should have. So YouTube, for that, you can kiss my fuzzy ass, you son of a bitches. But anyway, guys, it's good to see you. I see Lurch Trolls in the chat. What's up, Lurch Trolls? Good to see you. Good to see you. Nelson the Psychopath also in the chat. What's going on, man? You better not have that fat shit Gorlock the Destroyer again. I can't stand that soy bitch. I cannot control who shows up in disguise. This is on them. I send links out to people that want to stop in and chat, and they're always more than welcome. Matter of fact, anybody that decides they want to stop in and say hi, you know what? The link's right there. I don't do it every single stream, but I do it enough because I really don't give a shit. And trolls beware, you come up here and you try to use the link to jump in and try to play games, I will ban every last one of your accounts just by taking out the one that you show up on my stream with. So there's that. Tree Rock Creation, what's going on? I have the same problem when I upload videos on YouTube. Yeah, they love to play this game with creators where they like to they temporarily shadow ban it until after the 5.5 hour mark. Because I don't know if you ever seen this one, Tree Rock. I've actually put videos up, and not even 5 to 10 minutes after the video goes up, it says the first 5.5 hours. It's been up for like 5, maybe 10 minutes, and they got first 5.5 hours. They're literally letting you know when they do that how long that you have before your video is going to no longer be viable to get the type of views that it should have got if it was being pushed by the algorithm to begin with. And that's just the games they play. And it always seems to happen a lot more, especially around election time, every single time. But, you know, one of the things I do to kind of counter this shit is I like to have a little fun. Of course, you know, doing the BattleBot stuff, doing the toy reviews. I have a blast doing all those damn toy reviews. They bring a lot of joy. I mean, it's almost like being a kid again sometimes, opening up some of these things, especially if they're retro releases. And you kind of get that feeling like you did the first time you seen it in the store, especially if it wound up being one you couldn't get when you were a kid because it was nowhere to be found. And the BattleBots have a lot of fun with that. That's why I created a whole brand new intro just for the Guinea Pig BattleBots, which I will wind up using on Guinea Pig BattleBot Live as well. It's just right now we're having problems with the internet company again, so getting the camera working is a bit of a bitch. But in case you haven't seen it, this is the new intro for the Guinea Pig BattleBots Live.
Guinea. Ready? Pig. It's robot fight time. It's robot fight time. It's robot fight time. Are you ready? It's robot fighting time. It's robot fighting time. It's robot fighting time. This is Guinea Pig BattleBots. Are you ready? It's robot fighting time.
Had a lot of fun putting that one together. I have a blast with these damn BattleBots, and some of the battles have been absolutely hysterical to the point where I was cracking up the minute we got done filming them. Had so much fun doing these things, and I always go back and watch some of the original shows and see, are there fights like legit in BattleBots that have ended as just as ridiculous as the ones that I've had inside of our arena? And I found out more times than not, yes, there are fights just as ridiculous. What do you got there? Gorlock the Destroyer totally wasn't me. Nope, not at all. I would never make fun of a 400-pound dude in drag who eats McDonald's like we drink water and thinks he can get any guy he wants. Nope, that ain't me. I understand, Nelson. I completely understand. We are joined by the super fan Adam Shawhan and the Wiener Dog Clan. What is going on, Adam?
What's up, my nibbler?
It's another day in the week. But I want to, I was just talking about some of the things I do to have a little bit of fun to pass the time as we're putting up with a lot of the ridiculousness that we're always seeing, whether it's on social media pages or whether it's in the news or whether it's in our entertainment media. And one of the things, of course, that we keep seeing over and over again is the absolute suppression of Sound of Freedom. Over and over, they just don't stop with this shit. And you know what? I think this right here is telling, and I'm sure ETEP is going to be covering this later tonight, but I want to get a little bit of a jump on this. I mean, look at that. Sound of Freedom still sitting in the number 4 position. Been out 27 days with a 37% drop. And look at Barbie, 33% drop in 10 days. Oppenheimer, 35 in 10 days. Haunted Mansion's been out 3 days and it's already had a 25% drop. It kind of tells you something about Sound of Freedom, that it's not dropping as much, yet they're still trying to act like it doesn't exist at all.
Oh, yeah.
It really is ridiculous.
Don't look here. Don't look here. No. Even though it's in the number 4 spot, but it has literally outdid every freaking movie that came out before it. Nobody cared about Indiana Jones, but when it surpassed, the Mission Impossible for me, Tommy, that was the hell yeah moment.
Yeah, where's Mission Impossible? Number 5.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that Jones is still sitting there after 31 days, considering that 44% drop already, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. What's going on? What's going on, Keely Chow? I see you're in the chat as well, Adam. Keely Chow in the house. Bro. What's up, Keely? Good to see you guys. Remember to share the links out there. Let people know that we're live. YouTube absolutely hates this guinea pig. What's up, my nibbler? Yeah, I love when people do that stuff because we can get away with it because guinea pigs suckers. But I think
allegedly
really,
we get away with it.
I think it's a travesty what they're doing with this movie, and you know what? It hasn't. I don't even think it's really gotten international yet. What's going to happen? No. What's going to happen when that hits international? Is it going to spark the fire, and more people are going to see it? Will it actually climb back up in the rankings here in the States again once the international numbers start coming in?
I can't wait. I was talking with Jens earlier because I actually streamed before you did, about an hour before or 2 hours before, and he had jumped on, and I told him that. I said, I can't wait, and I plugged you, by the way, too. Giggity, you're welcome.
Oh,
but no, brother, always. But no, I mean, literally, I was like, I can't wait for him to be able to tell us if he sees or hears in the UK if they have the same issues we had here. You know what I mean? Like having people that we talk to in other countries, it's like having foot soldiers because we can find out the truth because all we get is the news. You know, but like when I tell you locally what's happening, you know, and when you tell me locally, yeah, so we can do that. But to have that on an international level, it's even better.
Well, that's true interconnectivity. I mean, that's what we have with all the friends that we've made on some of these social media spots. And I know I touched on that one a long time ago. I think I had a Culture Casino in here when I touched on that. Can you make real friends on places like YouTube and stuff like that? You absolutely can. But of course, the waters are hazardous, and you are going to run into some bad used car dealers here and there. it's just always to keep your eyes open. They will expose themselves at some point. But yeah, man, it really is a shame. I'm really looking forward to the international release of this thing, maybe pushing this thing back into the spotlight where it deserves, and watch this thing absolutely destroy and wreck companies like Warner Brothers and Disney, because those bitch ass companies, they deserve it at this point with all the crap they're putting out.
I mean, still I can't tell you the last one I was excited about, Tommy.
Yeah, you know what? This was the first movie I've seen in theaters in 6 years. And Tree Rock, yeah, whenever you're ready, man, you just let me know. You just reach out to me in the DMs and say, hey, man, I'm going to be ready this week or that week or the week after. You just let me know. Don't matter. Anybody's welcome to stop in and, chew the fat, as it were. Jens is pissed that Sound of Freedom was marketed as an action movie. He didn't get the memo that it's not. Yeah, I know. And now, even Jens said, even though it really wasn't a heavy action movie, he still enjoyed it for exactly what it was and the message that it brought. So I think that says a lot, considering how action movie oriented Jens is, that even he could appreciate it for what it was.
Yep. Just need a little more action, as he said.
Jens, everything's got to be action. If you didn't see Accident Man, you soy as fuck.
Little culture casino.
It's like I always say, though. I mean, you know what? Everybody, you really got to pay attention to what these companies are giving you, what exactly they're doing behind the scenes. What companies are scared of things like this that are exposing the hierarchy of people that are doing very strange shit to children? And Disney was definitely one of those companies that was absolutely terrified to see this movie come out. I mean, suppressed it for over 5 years. I mean, they suddenly bought Fox when this thing was going to be released. And I know everybody talks about the other programming that they wanted, the X-Men and everything like that. But was it? It makes you wonder, because why all of a sudden they require Fox, and the first thing they do is they bury this movie? That just seems very strange.
Would you not think we would have got better too? You know what I mean? Like, they've not done anything with those franchises. Like the ones we thought that they wanted. What have they done with them?
They've done absolutely shit with them. They didn't care. I mean, that it shows you. I mean, what, they're only getting ready to start doing something now with Deadpool, and they're bringing in Wolverine. But Deadpool was kind of like it was kind of like in its own little sphere, all to its own anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it pulled in Colossus and stuff like that. So, I mean, but yeah, as far as like the main X-Men, as far as the franchise, yeah, they didn't care about pulling anything in from there. And as far as Predator, I mean, they released something that was already in the works at Fox. Prey was already in the works. That was damn near complete. And how long did they sit on that before they decide to release it? I don't know. There's very strange coincidences right there.
Something's up.
Meanwhile, Jens listens to Freddie Mercury and Elton John. That is horrible. Disney. Yeah, go ahead.
He's drinking Desperado, so I was Googling them to see if we had them here in the States. It's like a beer with tequila.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, you should get, he was telling me they're, not too bad. I was like, okay, sounds like, drinking a beer and taking a shot, but okay. They don't have them anymore here. Apparently, I guess it was back in like 2015 or 2016. The company that had it no longer, I was like, damn it, I was gonna go get some to try because it would have been funny to be like, hey man, you gotta try this. This is what Jens and the boys are drinking across the pond.
There's a lot of those older beers that were actually pretty good. I remember Rattlesnake Bear. What's going on, DJ Ronnie G? Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Heineken. It was Heineken that made it.
Nelson, Jens had a guy watch Accident Man on a live stream, and after it was done, declared the guy was now officially a man. Now you're a man.
And Nelson, was that you? How you doing, buddy?
Soul Assassin, what's up, Soul Assassin, man? Always good to see you. There's an animated Aliens vs. Predator series that's completed, but didn't get released for reasons until Disney talked about it. Yeah, shit happens with kilos involved. It just makes you wonder, though. I mean, a lot of strange shit that they're doing, and this is my message to Disney. Disney, I really hope this happens to you. I want to see it happen. I just want to see him burn all the way to the ground and just take all their woke agenda shit with them. Yeah, the Mouse House Inferno. I had to completely redo that, or they would have hit me with a copyright. So everything about that is not the original. So not the original. Once again, for you copyright hungry son of a bitches, kiss my ass. What's going on, Trina? Good to see you, Trina.
Hey, Trina.
But there's a lot of things that have been going on, and we touch on some of these topics sometimes. We don't always get real deep into them, but there's a few things that I've known for years, and I'm sure a lot of us have, about some of the things that the government does to us. And I know there's just people out there saying that the government would never do anything to harm us. Well, I got a nice little 3-part piece here. We're going to watch it in segments, and we're going to get everybody's thoughts in chat. Be sure to chime in on this one. This is stuff about what they've been putting in the drinking water for years and that we've known about, and everybody just ignores it. Here we go.
Water fluoridation. They didn't just walk out and say it's good for you. They actually hired Edward Bernays, Sigmund Freud's nephew, to sell Americans on how good it was to have silicon fluoride in the water.
Edward Bernays was the one that created how to control the population through media and through advertising.
Edward Bernays, also known as the father of spin, pioneered the idea of crowd psychology. In 1928, he wrote a book called Propaganda, in which he wrote, "If we understand the mechanism and motives of the group mind, is it not possible to control and regiment the masses according to our will without their knowing it?" He called it the engineering of consent. Bernays introduced the corporate giants to crowd psychology methods and polished techniques to manipulate society. He convinced the population to buy on impulse things they didn't even need. In his writings, he concluded that individuals were controlled by 4 basic motivations: self-preservation, aggression, security, and sex. Bernays' belief was that by appealing to any of these 4 motives, it was possible to manipulate the majority of the population into doing almost anything. You could brainwash them into smoking cigarettes, starting war, electing politicians, you name it. And given the proven effectiveness of these techniques, it was no coincidence that the Aluminum Company of America asked Bernays to head the campaign for the fluoridation of the United States water supply.
People like Bernays, were masters of social engineering. His entire thesis, if you will, is that you don't talk to the public in a rational, scientific way. Instead, you appeal to their emotions and you invoke their fears. He was key in getting women to start smoking. He positioned cigarettes as being sexy and individualistic and, powered to the woman. That was the framing of why women should start smoking.
A consumerist culture was born, and the United States government took notice. U.S. agencies soon adopted Bernays' techniques of manipulation to manufacture the fear of ever-present danger in the minds of the people, to give those in power greater control of what Bernays called the mass mind.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's up, Jens? Mass formation psychosis. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Bernays, the guy who inspired Goebbels. Oh, man, I tell you. What's up, Time Prophet? Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Hi.
I still think Mike Adams isn't the sharpest tool in the shed, although this is a fine and accurate presentation. Yeah. You know what? I knew about this for years. I mean, it's the same thing that they do with deodorant. There's all kinds of aluminum oxides and everything else that's in most of these deodorants that is absolutely harmful to your skin. And they still make it. They still put it out there. They still they profit off people suffering. Surely Guinea Pigs are the men who inspired Goebbels. No gerbils. We don't like gerbils. I never liked those damn things. But Adam, anything on that?
No, man. Nope. Not surprised.
That's something you knew about, or is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, we were talking earlier, Jens and I too. It's like the next generations, because we're all the same here. Past, what was it, the Zoomers or whatever the fuck they call them, Z. So, they think that communism is a good thing. We have fallen that far that they are now believing, Gen Zers or what, that communism is better than capitalism.
That's because they don't know anybody to live through it at this point,
right?
Because there really isn't none of them left, and they don't bother looking at history. I mean, everything that they do and consume is right at the click of a button, and they always stop at Google and Wikipedia every single time. They don't bother investigating or looking any further to see if there's any other facts that can either corroborate what they're seeing or absolutely go against what they're seeing initially. And that's the problem with a lot of them. They got all this technology at their fingertips and they don't know how to use it. What's going on? Stephen Ranson. Hello, chat panel. Tommy. Oh, wait, I forgot my tinfoil hat. No tinfoil hat needed. Everything we're showing right here is legit. Whether or not YouTube gets upset about it is just a whole different story. I saw a video where the fluoride truck had spilled near the water utility building. The concentrated stuff was eating through the pavement. Yes. And I was actually going to include that, but I actually got to the point where 3 clips I thought was getting to be too much. And I cut it at 3 before I got that. But I did see that footage in the thing. I was like, this documentary I was looking through. Yeah, makes your teeth nice and white, though. Yeah, bullshit that it does. There's people in third world countries that have never heard of fluoride in toothpaste, and they got teeth whiter than most Americans or freaking Britain. So.
Well, and probably healthier too. I mean, the whole dental industry. Okay, you got a cavity. Let me drill and put a filling in, and then years later, okay, your teeth are falling apart. Now you need a root canal and a crown. Oh well, now we're finally going to just take it out because it's too bad to keep.
Yep.
And if you in Facebook, I was sharing reels and I got nailed time and time again at reels about the floor. Oh, this is misinformation. I'm like, man, kiss my ass. Well, how did we fail, Tommy? We were raised to question everything. When did we quit questioning stuff and just start taking it right up the ass?
No, I think a lot of people, for them, it got to the point where they felt like their livelihood was being affected, because that is the number one thing. And that's kind of what he talks a little bit in that documentary right there, is he talks about instilling fear into people to be able to obey. You know, the mass psychosis that Nelson mentioned, like once you put people in fear that everything they have is going to be taken away, a lot of people will just bend the knee and say, okay, I'll do what I'm told. I'll do what I have to do in order to get by. Just don't take everything away. And unfortunately, I think that's where it went. A lot of people just got scared. They got pressured, and they just kind of caved to the fact that even though it was wrong, they're going to have to say it's right anyway.
Yeah. You American, you will eat the bugs and you will like it. Cause you're cyanide bitches. You're not masculine enough to fucking go against the New World Order.
Listen, Klaus Schwab Jens, I will smite thee. All the Western countries are running on caffeine and sugar. That's our downfall. Yeah. get my upper teeth removed. They're toast. Yeah, you know what? Like a lot of the shit that they put in toothpaste and everything else is absolutely harmful. Like, well, I've known it for years, and one of the things I do whenever I go out is I always look for toothpaste that does not have fluoride in it. I don't touch the stuff with fluoride. All my water in my house is from a well, so I don't have to worry about it. Even when I lived in Jersey, I knew better to drink the water from when I was younger. I would get freaking like spring water or something like that. I would not touch that freaking that tap water from the city. And the few times I did taste it when I was brushing my teeth or something like that, I always thought it tasted funny and it didn't taste right, and I stayed away from it. They discovered the main ingredient in toothpaste was mint, and that they sucked mints instead of using paste. Yeah, there's a certain type of plant that they chew in some of those countries, like in Africa, and I think in a few places down in South America, and it keeps their teeth white as hell. Their teeth fell out. Yeah, it's not the same thing then. The thing I'm looking at, because it was their teeth were white as hell. Like, these were older people who still had all their teeth. They were white as shit, and they don't brush.
Well, my teeth fell out, but that's because I smoke a lot, and I don't care, because women are for teeth. I mean, teeth are for women and people who haven't got hard enough gums to chew through steak.
Oh, Jesus, Jens. DJ Ronnie G, fun fact, in some parts of India, the state defluoridates the water because there's too much naturally occurring fluoride in the ground. Yeah, and that's one of the things they're going to touch at in the other segments of the clips that I'm going to play, how this shit that they're putting in the water is anything but natural. Jens Stradamus says, ask questions, don't believe authority, be your own man, ya wanker. Klaus's daughter is getting her voice heard now. Titanium foil. Amazon sells a roll for $99.89. Haven't got anyone trapped down your well. Not yet. I keep Will away from my well. Luckily, he's in a completely different part of the country. Yeah.
My daughter will not eat the bugs, but you Americans will eat the bugs, because I want to live life like a civilized person, and with the world economy in the state it's in, only I can eat the meat. You will eat the bugs.
You're going to eat the meat, Jens? Ugh. I don't know what's wrong with you. And we're going to play clip 2. I want to get through these clips real quick and just get everybody's thoughts on this. So here we go with clip number 2 on this fluoride poisoning.
He went on to propose in his book Propaganda, those who manipulate this unseen mechanism of society constitute an invisible government, which is the true ruling power of our country. We are governed, our minds are molded, our tastes formed, our ideas suggested, largely by men we have never heard of. This statement holds just as true today as it did in the 1920s when Bernays first wrote it. Throughout medical science, including dentistry, poison-producing corporations have always been able to infiltrate major institutions and dominate their narrative.
When Christopher Bryson was writing this book, The Fluoride Deception, he reached out for Edward Bernays. Bernays said it was child's play to convince the American public that fluoride was good for them.
While the official narrative rang, the case for fluoride had been proven. Some people weren't so quick to jump on the fluoridation bandwagon.
Because fluoride had been used for years as a rat poison to kill coyotes, to kill cockroaches. Some of those opposing fluoridation were in fact dentists. And because of their advocacy for safe water, they were censored by the American Dental Association. If they worked for the Public Health Service, they got fired. If they were team players and kept their mouths shut, they got to keep their job. So out of fear, many people who knew better remained silent.
Right there, kind of leading to what we were talking about.
Yeah, well, they better keep silent, because if they don't eat the bugs and they don't cut their carbon fiber, I will make sure they suffer.
Anything on that, guys? What's up, Parrot?
Nope, preaching to the choir here, man.
No, it's beautiful stuff. I love showing this stuff when possible in case there's anybody out there that really does think that the government is on your side. Did you notice that the one guy's name said Bush?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a quinky dink? Tobacco was also good for you one time too. Yeah. And they're going to get into that as well. They're going to get into that as well. They didn't miss a lot when they were doing this, and I had actually cut this down because obviously this whole segment was a lot longer than what I'm showing. I'm just showing a little bit of it though. Now they're saying that electric cigarettes are good for you. Actually, I've heard that they're saying that they're dangerous now. They're already saying they're dangerous as well. It's an alternative to Planned Parenthood. Yeah, you know what? And some of the other stuff that they say that this shit does is, if it doesn't like wake people up a little bit, if they didn't already know about it, you know what? They want this shit to happen to them. That's the only thing I can figure. Now sodium can actually be good for your teeth. Maybe people use sage salt and watch and brush to clean their teeth.
Well, some people do like to be a cyanide bitch, which means them fucking bending down to the New World Order and taking it right up the car.
It is a shame that there is a lot of people. I mean, all jokes aside, though, Jens, you are 100% right. There's a lot of people that are just willing to just take it. They're willing to lay down and get absolutely screwed over by these people. Because once again, like the guy said in that segment, it's out of fear. Out of fear of losing their job, losing their home, losing their family, or whatever other creature comforts that they have. They're so scared that they're willing to do anything that they're told.
Yeah, well, because I'm so masculine, you guys know I'm able to watch Aids' action and take this shit down like commando. But to some people who've got family and wives, it is pretty stressing because not only do they have to protect themselves, they've got to protect family members, which they rely on you being a pussy bitch saying, oh shit, I will let you kill my daughter, fucking Bennett, as long as you don't let off any steam. And then, it's cyanide bitch time.
It's
Max
disgusting.
Jen's room over here.
Trina, have a good one. Thank you for stopping in.
Yes.
I hope you have a good night. I wouldn't know, Time Prophet. I stay away from that weirdo. I try not to engage with people like that. Luffy is God is in the house. What's up? The English have no teeth. We Vikings kicked them so hard you still haven't gotten it back. Eat the bugs. Oh, shots fired right across the bow. Hey, Jens.
Ouch.
Nothing. Kicked him right in the gums and he's got nothing to say. I can't believe this. Jens, silent?
I'm not silent. I'm just letting people talk because I'm not an ignorant cunt and think I'm the fucking one and only fucking gospel on this situation where I'll just talk over people. I am a civilized man because I'm an Englishman.
Somebody needs to answer that phone. And what's up, Slasher McSplitter? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Monotony also in the house. What's up, Tony, man? I hope you guys are doing good. If you guys want to stop in, you know where the link is. It's in the chat. It's in this chat, as a matter of fact. But I want to get through the last part of this segment, and then we could just have open panel discussions for a while. But it's the first time I actually seen this documentary. But once again, I knew about this shit for a good number of years and didn't trust any of it, and especially the fluoride crap. Because I watched my parents have tons of fucking teeth problems. Matter of fact, in the end, I think I know my mother did. She had every last one of her teeth yanked out. And my father, I think, was pretty close to having all his yanked out at that point, too. I mean, and they brushed their teeth all the time with that fluoride crap. Didn't do them any good. They drank the damn freaking fluoridated water in Jersey. That sure as hell apparently didn't help. Mother wound up getting brain cancer, too. which apparently is another side effect as we get into this last part.
The true story behind water fluoridation can be hard to swallow. The facelift performed on fluoride dating back more than 60 years ago has misled generations. Instead of conjuring up the image of a crippled worker or a poisoned forest, we see smiling children. As a new generation arises, we must sound the alarm yet again. To those who have ears to hear, this film is meant to be a warning. This film will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that fluoride is a deadly poison being added to our water supply. It will further prove that the chemical commonly known as fluoride is the only chemical added to public drinking water to treat you, the individual, rather than the water.
To say things like tobacco is harmless, fluoride is harmless. Agent Orange is harmless, they say. DDT was harmless.
Asbestos.
Yeah, GMOs now, they say, are harmless. There's a long history of science selling out to corporate interests while the people are systematically poisoned.
And to this day, people still believe fluoride is safe in the drinking water, and the majority of dentists still believe it's safe to put in toothpaste and to put in different types of compounds.
But the vast majority of the population of the world does not drink fluoridated water. Most of the countries do not fluoridate the water. Only about 30.
The countries now that have banned the use of fluoride, China, Austria, Belgium, Finland, Germany, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, the Netherlands, Hungary, and Japan. All these countries have said that fluoride, number one, is ineffective and toxic and should not be used.
What does the European Union know that we don't know? Nothing. They know the same thing, that's why. But the difference is they're not getting paid off and we are.
98% of Europe does not fluoridate. Only 8 countries in the world have more than 50% of their population drinking water. America, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, Israel, Singapore, Malaysia, and Colombia.
Our CDC and the liars in Washington, D.C. have only had success in countries that speak English for the vast majority of the disposal of their hazardous waste product. That means that you and I and our children in the United States are the largest consumers of hydrofluosilicic acid. Call it what it is. Hydrofluosilicic acid. What is that? Hydro's water, fluo, fluoride, silicic, sand, and it's missing an electron. It's acidic. It'll kill you. Hydrofluosilicic acid does not occur in nature. It's a man-made molecule. And it eats through concrete, glass, stainless steel.
What is labeled fluoride is not naturally occurring fluoride like you might find in the ground. It's actually a collection. It can be over 100 different chemicals, including some radioactive chemicals, including many cancer-causing chemicals, including heavy metals, neurologically damaging elements.
Yeah. So there's all that, which is a whole lot to take. Real quick, catch up with the chat. Oh, Jesus, Jens.
Yeah, that's why I don't fuck have fluoride. I'm a real man. You want teeth? You want to be a woman.
You want teeth to be able to chew your food at some point and not just gum it and hope that it goes down. Actually, fluoride was found in a town where the whole town had perfect teeth, but their teeth was discovered. There was natural fluoride in the water in that village. Yeah, see, that's the difference between natural fluoride and the shit that they're doing right now with all the toxic chemicals that they put in it. Vinegar is old-fashioned mouthwash. Yeah. What else we got here? Fluoride tablets.
Fucking Steve.
Teeth were perfect, but not white. I didn't see the link. Pretty sure I sent it to you here. I'll post it in the chat again in case anybody else wants to stop in. Yeah, Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, he was resurrected, huh? Did he rise up? Fluoride is put in the drinking water in Britain. However, we drink bottled water. Yeah, and that's kind of what I do. Did you have something you wanted to share, Adam?
There was a wrong one. I was trying to find the one on Facebook where I was sharing the exact same bit you were just showing and how they hit me with false information. Checked by independent fact checkers.
I wonder if because I did some extra stuff to it, I wonder if maybe that's.
No. I mean, it wasn't the exact same video. I just mean the topic. I'm sorry. The same.
Oh, okay.
I shared shorts on the same topic, and they shut that shit down so quick. And it's like, get out of here! It's my Facebook, you jackass.
No, well, that's disgrace book. I mean, go figure.
Yep.
Luffy has got Norway never legalized fluoride in water. It's poison. It absolutely is poison. I'll put it on record that I never enjoyed a Pee Wee Herman movie. Oh, no. I enjoyed Batman Returns back in the day. Jens is like a white Stacey Abrams. Holy shit. Time Prop said Jens is scary. Jesus Christ, Jens. See a damn dentist, you wanker. Oh, Jesus. Getting called out, Jens. That's called a prison kiss, Jens. You've been to jail? Oh, no. DDT is harmless, never proven to do any negative effects. DDT was a pesticide used by people up until somewhat around the 70s, I think. It is in everyone nowadays, and we seem fine. Yeah, actually, they were talking about how a lot of that DDT stuff was causing a lot of stuff, a lot of problems. And here goes Slasher. What's up, Slasher?
What's good?
You know. It's just a day in the week of the Guinea Pig Collective and stuff that we ran across. Stuff that we knew about a while, but I had never seen this little documentary piece. When I seen that, I was like, oh, hell yeah. I'm going to touch on that. We'll see what YouTube thinks of it. So far, apparently they don't care. We'll find out, huh? British have bad teeth. Oh, no. And I don't keep them in a bottle. Did you catch any of that, Slasher?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I first jumped on into the chat, I was seeing it. I was watching it. I kept looking for the link, but it wasn't going. The comments weren't scrolling all the way up. So I guess I guess it was skipping me.
It probably just got buried.
Yeah.
I mean, that happens. Since I didn't have the chance to pin it on the YouTube side of things, yeah, it'll get buried pretty quick.
I got you.
Plus that top chat shit, so it might not have popped up in the top chat if you didn't change it to
I changed it to live.
Yeah,
I did change it to live.
Yeah, right.
You Americans eat bugs, not fucking go on live stream talking about the new world order being bug eating fucking globalists.
You're going to be eating bugs pretty soon, Jens.
Yeah.
At the rate your country's being taken over.
I am not saying nothing. You will eat the bugs. That is all.
I don't like Jens Schwab. You need to change your icon if you're going to be Jens Schwab. What effect will fluoride have on the ground and all the animals that drink from the sprinkler system? I'm sure that it's affecting a lot of animals. That's probably why you're seeing like weird things, like weird animal, mutations in animals, and probably to an effect why you're seeing certain animals that are just dropping dead. I mean, I wonder if that's why all the livestock was dropping dead. I mean, was there a certain amount of fluoride that they put in that just killed livestock too? It just makes you wonder. What's up, Gap After Dark? It's good to see you. Good to see you. Jens is Jens quiet. Fucking watching masculinity. Yeah, Jens won't eat Z-bugs.
The right amount of potassium can kill you.
Yes. Well, yeah, I mean, that's like any kind of vitamin. If you overdo it, it could actually be harmful to you instead of being beneficial. Anything else on that topic? Anybody learn anything new?
Yeah.
It needs to be taught in schools.
I should sell it for ages.
I realised that Creighton's show in the bugs might not be so good for the human digestion, but you will eat the bugs and you will like it.
Nice.
God damn it, Jens. God damn it.
Don't fuck this up, Mitchell!
I felt like that was important. Public service announcement from the Guinea Pig Collective, touch on some of that kind of stuff. And now we can get back into just having fun and just absolutely just laughing at the ridiculousness that is, I guess, Hollywood and everything else. I mean,
education system on that, man. Holy crap.
It's a joke, isn't it?
Yes. We used to be taught things, and now it is. It's just so hard to believe that information as readily available as it is, such as that, with the factors that we have for even the nitrates and the shit they put in our food. And yet it's like the movie Wall-E. They just keep shoveling it in and driving around and watching the TV.
Yeah.
While you and I are going, hey, man, for some reason I don't feel so good. Well, I quit eating fast food, and look, I feel a lot better. Well, what the hell was in the fast food? And then it's even gotten into our vitamins. It's like, wait a minute. Why am I finding
shit that they put in fast food, Adam? All kinds of crap.
Yep. Not to mention what they're frying it in. Even if it was a healthy tater to begin with, which it wasn't. Because of the shit they do to it. But, McDonald's had to have that perfect tater.
Well, I mean, they do all kinds of processing to that shit. That's, I know some people like to decry some of these fast food restaurants, and I don't eat out fast food very often. But when I do, I usually try to pick some place that actually has, at least semi-healthy food, in which you're not going to get at a fast food restaurant. It's just not possible. But I like going places like Five Guys where they actually cut the fries fresh every day. And you can see all the boxes of potatoes that they have out in the front of the store, and that sometimes they'll come out and grab a new boxes. They got a couple more potatoes. See, that stuff, it hasn't been messed with, and it tastes a lot different than a lot of the regular fast food chain French fries.
Aren't they still frying in peanut oil too, Tommy?
Yes, they are. They are frying in
so
peanut oil.
There you go. Yeah, it's not no soy oil.
Which, I mean, you got to be careful because if you have
allergy.
If you got like high cholesterol, high uric acid, if you're diabetic, that kind of shit can mess with your system, and it could wind up giving you gout too, the peanut oil. But I mean, it's either that or you eat shit that's completely toxic and may cause other kind of problems. So, Gap After Dark, I think my toothpaste doesn't have fluoride in it. Do they still make fluoride toothpaste? Yeah. Most of them actually are out there. If you look on the shelves, you will see most of the toothpaste does have fluoride included in it. A lot of times they might not have it on the front of the box, and it's going to be on the back of the box in the ingredients. Time profit. Actually, I have seen a cow cleaning her teeth, but I'm not with her anymore. Tree Rock Creations. Fluoride gets into the food source. You eat food and drink water. When is too much? Yeah, I mean, that's part of the problem. You really don't know because they don't bother doing any kind of research in this shit. They don't care because they're saying like 90% of this fluoridation that they're doing, it's toxic chemicals that are basically byproducts of other companies. And they're just finding a way to make use of it. And what are they doing? They're putting it in the water supply.
Thank the Rothschilds.
That Soylent Green, anyone?
Yeah. Well, hey, we can take this toxic stuff that comes from this, and then we can add it to that, and it makes it a little less toxic, but at least then it's less. We're making money on it, more money on it, and it's off the waste of the shit. Well, how much would it cost just to get rid of it safely? Well, probably way less, but this way we can make a lot of money. And then now you're getting sick. I mean, I remember people just using baking powder, Arm & Hammer. Toothbrush that in water, man. Or like we were saying, vinegar. Vinegar and a lemon to help and water, I think it is, to make basically like an actual hand sanitizer that will actually, clean your hands.
Well, I mean, look at it this way. You ever see some of this stuff? And I remember reading an article a really long time ago about this, and they were talking about some of the stuff that they use for floor cleaners. Some of the same chemicals that are in floor cleaners are actually the same shit that they put in a lot of mouthwashes.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, have you ever had a moment where you want to take some Ajax or something like that and gargle with it? I know I haven't.
Not on the list of things I've ever wanted to try, my friend. No.
Tree Rock Creations, and all this time I thought I needed was a radiation detector for 5G. Now I need a water tester too.
Oh, 5G. You will fucking take the 5G, get mangled up, I like it.
Is that tape on your teeth yet? It's Gap After Dark. Oh no.
No.
That's just Mr. T.
I explained with the American fluoride that because I'm so masculine, obviously the fluoride consumption I have had in my life is low. That's why I have lost my teeth, because I am not brushing my teeth with feminine fluoride.
Feminine fluoride. Yes. Feminine fluoride.
Yeah, I know. Time Profit actually becomes quite a chore to actually look for toothpaste that does not have fluoride. It's a lot easier to find it with than without.
Yeah, and let me make a confession, but don't tell anyone. I'm a lazy cunt, so like brushing my teeth every day was a bit of a chore. But luckily enough, turns out it makes me more masculine. So fuck you, you teeth fucking loving bitches.
So angry. So angry. Slashers, do you have anything you want to talk about?
Oh no, I was just you're chilling. You're chilling. Hearing Jen scream his head off. What is it? It's not even 6 o'clock here, so it's got to be like what, almost 10 o'clock where he is. Okay, he's. I'm sure he's pretty sauced right now.
Oh yeah, he was drinking earlier when he was on air with me. We were having.
It's 11. No, it's 10 to 11. And I am drinking these Desperados. Oh, I was telling you, Adam. Yeah, these are fucking great. It's like beer.
Before you came on air, I was telling them you were drinking those, and I was trying to find them here in the States, and they quit making them like in 2015, 2016.
Oh,
but I'm sure I could probably still find. That's what Tommy and I were talking. Yeah, I brought it up, man, because I was like, yeah, be on the lookout for if you can find them, because apparently, they don't have them. But
yeah, 5.9.
Yep,
and they taste like shandy. You can just down these and like.
You don't know what shandy is?
No, they do. Shandy is beer and lemonade.
Yep.
And
like the ice shandy drinks for the uppies.
I'm trying to remember what was the alcohol content for Steel Reserve, because that one was kind of high too.
Holy shit! I haven't seen Steel Reserve in the stores in a long time. Holy shit!
I didn't even know they did. What the fuck is Steel? That sounds like a good fucking action film. I'm Steel Reverse. You wanna fucking me? I'll reverse my steel and fuck you up.
See, Jens is going to get himself a Steel Reserve and say, if you're not fucking drinking some Steel Reserve, then you're not masculine at all, and you're nothing more than a sticking bird in disguise, and you're fucking soy as shit.
You may as well go and watch the Barbie movie and like it, you son-ass bitch.
Steel Reserve tasted like rainwater out of a rusty bucket.
Lurch Troll coming in with the save right here, 8.1% for Steel Reserve.
Damn.
And I'm still fucking great. What's up, Vinny?
Yeah, my mate Carl just said you insulted me by something about a rain bucket and salty water.
No, a nail in it. Nail.
Ah!
Yeah. I was talking about
you hate me. You hate my feelings.
He was talking about Steel Reserve, Jens.
The beer.
Okay.
I don't know. So there was this one Steel Reserve that I had, Slasher, and it was actually really tasty. It was, get this, a pineapple Steel Reserve.
I didn't even know they made fucking flavors of that shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, they make like a berry. Jesus, what was the other ones? Damn it, I remember there was a berry and there was a couple other ones, and then they had a pineapple one. And the pineapple one, it worked really well with that Steel Reserve and it tasted good.
Never fucking saw it.
Yeah, get his tooth into. Oh, oh, that is horrible. That is absolutely horrible. So, I mean, some of the movies that some people are talking about they're looking forward to is one of them in particular is Beetlejuice 2. That's apparently still in production. Anybody have any thoughts on that?
30 years too late.
Yep.
Well, what if the story is supposed to take place in that span of time later?
I remember when I remember hearing this, that when it was first proposed that they were making part 2. So someone had an idea, and I thought this sounded good. That it should start with him still in the waiting room. He's been in the waiting room all these years,
Right.
waiting to see waiting to see, like, you know, when he was at the end of the movie and he switched the numbers with the voodoo guy.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that.
Yeah,
That's
the head shrinking dude, isn't it? Or like when he switches the numbers.
Yeah.
It's like the last joke of the film where he switches the numbers and the dude shrinks his head.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't say that, but that's, you know, still, man, they gotta stop it. It's 30 years, man. It's been 30 years. You did it with Bill and Ted. You keep doing it with these movies. Stop it. Just stop it.
Again, I was not
him off as Batman, so I mean, it's not like he doesn't have. What are we gonna get next, Mr. Mom fucking 2?
Yeah.
I tell you, when you talk about that Bill and Ted one, I was not overly impressed with it. I mean, I didn't think it was as bad as I thought it was going to be initially, but it was still not good. It was still not good. Give me the first 2, and that's really all I need. That third one, no. And it's the same thing with Clerks 3. I could give a rat's ass what Kevin Smith did with Clerks 3, and I seen how quickly that shit went to video. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think that shit is already up on HBO Max or something by now.
Yeah, it is actually. It's on HBO it's on demand. I know it's on demand. I'm pretty sure it's on demand.
It wrapped up the series decently enough, though. If you're a Kevin Smith fan, you know the old movies anyway. Like for the characters, it wrapped it up fine at the end of it. I was fine with it. You know, I love Clerks. That was one of my favorite movies of all time.
I couldn't guess that the first like 15 minutes of the last Jay and Silent Bob. I couldn't. It was terrible. It was
the reboot one.
Oh man, that sucked.
That was horrible. That was absolutely horrible. I hated that. I think I seen that on HBO too. Clerks 3 was in stores the other day, but I didn't see it. Yeah, I'm just not interested. Just not interested. I mean, but you're saying it's not. Well, how bad is the agenda-driven shit in it, Adam? Or is it?
No, it's not. No, it's not agenda-driven like that at all. It's a fucking Jay and Silent Bob, Kevin Smith movie, but it's more about Dante and Randall than it is Jay and Silent Bob.
Well, yeah, that's what it should be.
That's what I mean, though, and that's like because I love the first Clerks movie. Second one was okay, it just wasn't the same. Third, you know, when they come around the corner, it kind of fix up a lot of the second movie shit that I didn't care for, and it does. It's just about the, you know, if you take the movie for what it is, the story that is there, it is about Dante and Randall, man, and that's where it goes, and it does tie in the characters from the second movie as well. So again, for me, you know, as a fan of the first movie, is what I'm speaking on. You know, I like the way it ended, and yeah, it wasn't. You know, it's got your normal moments in there, the shit that was going to happen to him in the convenience store anyway. And, you know, and things moving, you know, where it's not the same, where, you know, it's not a video store anymore. It's going to be something different. So like those changes made sense, but yeah, it wasn't like super woke or any of that kind of overly filled in stuff that they kind of had in Reboot. where it was more about the female, you know, agenda driven shit, if you will, the feminist in Kevin Smith.
So one of the things I did hear was they kind of like reused a lot of the tropes from the first movie.
Well, like you've got Kevin Smith in there, and basically they did the Randall has a heart attack like Kevin had a heart attack, right? So that's kind of what I felt in it, more so than any of the other stuff. Now, what about the first one?
A lot of the tropes that they had in the first one, you know, like the milkmaids and the Chuli's gum.
Yeah, you get a lot of the original cast from the first movie that are still alive did show up for this. So that, again, that's another reason that and again, for me as a fan of the first movie, dude, fuck yeah, it put a nice period at the end of it.
So it's almost kind of like a nostalgia trip.
Yeah, I mean, but being a fan, you know, well, yeah, you got the nostalgia there. So Tina would love it, like when she talked about Keaton, you know, as Batman again. But it was more along the lines of, for me, when I watched it, because I met both of those actors at a convention with Justin Proper, and talked with them for a bit, and that's when they were plugged in the movie. It just feels like a really good ending to the story, you know, that was Clerks, you know, for both characters, for Brian and, you know, it really Dante and Randall, man, it felt really nice to see a conclusion, because you're not like, shit happens that you don't think is going to happen, but in a good way, and then you kind of laugh about it, because if you remember the first movie, yeah, there are some parts paid into this for sure, but it just felt more of that kind of Kevin Smith movie from the original Clerks than the shit that came after. I liked Red State. That was a good movie, because if you didn't know Kevin Smith did that movie, you wouldn't know it was his.
You want to see
the Walrus one? You
want to see a really, really horrible, gross Kevin Smith movie? You ever seen Vulgar, Sean? Adam? You ever seen Vulgar? Oh God. It's about a friggin' kid's birthday party clown that gets gang raped.
Oh.
It's
I didn't know that one in the viewer skewer universe there at all.
It's terrible. It's freaking terrible.
It sounds like a typical Hollywood casting stuff.
Isn't that just the casting couch?
Mallrats was good. I love Mallrats.
Mallrats. That was like the first one I saw. Mallrats, Clerks, and Dogma. Like, you know, those were like the first couple of his movies that I saw.
Lurch Troll, I don't think it would hurt. Just say. I'm sorry, Adam. Go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, like, those were the main ones, and then, you know, we get Clerks 2 and, you know, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then that whole universe kind of died, because he went and made Cop Out and, you know, some of the other films that didn't really ever take off. And he was in, what was it, the one Die Hard movie? He had a little role in it.
Dante was the clown in the movie, not Kevin Smith.
No, yeah.
The guy who played Dante was
yes. Kevin Smith is the clown. Yes, that's his dream. That maybe then, you know, being the clown, getting railed. Again, he did marry a feminist. What do you know? I'm just saying.
That's freaking horrible.
Hey, look, man, I'll talk shit with the best of them. I'm a fan, though. I mean, at the end of the day, like, Clerks to me is one of I like I said, I really like that movie. And when I got to meet Brian O'Hala and Jeff Anderson and sit there and talk to him, and Justin Proper was there, and he goes, Adam, I've known you for a few years, and I just learned more about you in the 15 minutes that you talked to those guys than I've known you the last 4 years. I was like, oh shit. And again,
did you ever meet Jason?
Yes, I did. I've actually played Fortnite with Jason Mewes. And I gave him Jeff Hicks' comic, and he remembered me because on my shirt that he signed from the stash, it says, from where Clerks was filmed, the Quick Stop, it even says I Heart Wieners, because he remembered who Frank and the Clan are. Because, again, I used to be in his, his gaming stuff all the time. He'd be live and I'd be in the chat. So... yeah, because he's a Twitch gamer on top of it. But yeah, again, he seemed to be a really cool dude. Like, I mean, I get it. He's had a fucked up life, but you know, who am I out of all the people in a chat room that because I told him I had something for him when I met him, and I mean, I know a lot of people say that, but when I was like, yeah, you know, Frank and the Clan, and he looked at me, big ass smile on his face, and he remembered I told him I had 2 shirts because I got one for me and one for Jez and from Digital Pollution. And so Brian O'Hala, Jeff Anderson, and Jason Mewes signed these shirts. And I sent one to Jez, and I have the other one. And mine, like I said, mine said I heart wieners because he knew who I was because of Frank and the Clan. And, you know, again, he's a cool dude. In 2019, I think that was, because it was before the pandemic. So, yeah, man, he was a pretty cool cat. But I never met Kevin Smith. You know, that's fine. I mean, I would like to just meet him because, you know, I did enjoy those first films, but he's a nobody now. He's never got out of anything in Hollywood. So if he's going to do weird shit again, he married a feminist, yo. I'm just saying. A feminazi. He's been rode harder than Pat Patterson, I'm sure.
Soul Assassin chimes in. Good to hear when celebrities are actually cool people in real life. Yeah. And I don't think we see it enough because I think a lot of these people, they get so big in their heads with their own egos that they forget where they started, where a lot of us did. And it's not to say all of them did, because you got some of the ones that they were born into this shit. They're always going to be egomaniacs, and it's never going to change. But from the people that came from a little bit more humble beginnings, the fact that they just suddenly forget it because they're surrounded by elites, that is actually absolutely pathetic. And yeah, I think you got to be able to stay a little grounded. If you can't stay a little bit grounded, Hollywood is going to just turn you into a piece of shit.
Well, if you eat the bugs, I think you'll stay totally grounded in a sort of soy-infested life that you won't want to live. But let's just say, eat the bugs and be happy.
Jens, I'm going to kick you right in your last remaining tooth.
Please don't. I was just experimenting.
Damn it, be a good Brit, Jens. Did you have something you want to add on to that, Slasher?
Out of everything I hear that's coming out, the only movie that I would actually go see would be that movie they're going to do about the Von Erichs. That's it. That would be the only movie that I would check out.
There goes the shirt right there, showing everybody.
Oh. Yeah.
I was into it. I got 2 shirts, and yeah, they signed them. It was great. Again, you know, Jason and, you know, I got to meet the guys, Jeff Anderson, Brian O'Hala, really good dudes. And I got to be the first person to buy the brand new shirt. I thought I had it in there for the secret stash at the new location. Jay and Silent Bob were coming that weekend. We were running dog to, we had one to Jersey, one to Boston. And so we did that. But I didn't get to meet Kevin Smith in that because I went and saw Seth and the men's room guys. So I went and hung out with those guys instead. But they were just setting up the shirts for that weekend. And they were getting ready to close shortly after we were leaving. And I got to meet Walt Flanagan. And he was pretty cool.
He just comes off as a dickbag on that show, though, because I used to watch that a little bit.
But you know what? Like, he was wearing a mask because it was COVID time, and you know he didn't have his, and he was kind of coughing, and he was trying to stay away. And I'm like, look, man, I ain't worried about this shit. You know, don't worry about it. You're good. But he was really, really humble though. Like, I get the show part because you know they're filming, you know, so that could be. But like everybody that I met that was there was really cool. The gal was like, can I get a puppy from you and say it's a cat? I go, well, it's 2020. What was that? 2020, 2021. I'm like, so he could just identify as a cat, right? And like, I won him over just with that comment. And Mike was there, so that was really cool. And I got to talk with him, and I made him Mr. Okay, he seems like the smart ass out of the group too. On top of it, Mike Zapsik, right? So I go up to him, and you know me, I can't see out the left eye. So I'm being very careful because, again, this is the new stash. They're still setting everything up. Kevin's coming out that weekend, which I didn't know at the time. Didn't matter. But I go up to him, and I'm like, do you have Cryptozoic, man? I couldn't fucking find it. He goes, what, are you blind? I go, well, actually, yeah, legally I am. He goes, oh, shit, I'm sorry. And I'm like, no, bro. I was like, dude, no, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. You didn't know. He goes, I will go get it for you. And I'm like, no, you don't have to do that. I just, I'm really enjoying looking and everything. He goes, no. Let me get it for you. So he did. He got it for me, and he signed the book and everything. And, because I kept fucking with him. I kept calling him sir. I was like, excuse me, sir. And he's like, you don't have to call me sir. I go, okay, sir. And then again, when I asked him for the book, and again, when you see the shows, you would think these guys would be they could be assholes. And I mean, yeah, granted, all of us can be. That's fine. They were so nice. And again, I had a puppy with me and my daughter. And, I just found out my daughter I was going to be a grandpa. And she wanted to do it there because she knew, I love Kevin Smith films. Like I said, man, Clerks is one of my favorite movies of all time. Blues Brothers, Clerks, that's me. But that's where my daughter wanted to tell me was standing at the quick stop like Jay and Silent Bob from Clerks. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure you guys are getting it, but even Jens with the masculine, that was really important and special to me to find out I was going to be a grandfather, that way at a place I've always wanted to go to.
Hey, no, Adam, most masculinity, which I'm failing on, but because I'm pumping much art and weights to excuse me on being a masculine man who produces human beings for this human planet.
Yeah.
What?
Damn right.
Oh, hold on. I got something for everybody who didn't quite understand what any of that meant.
He don't know talking good like me and you, so his vocabularistics is limited.
Fuck you, you American.
What's up, awesome one? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. He says he was listening to Kevin Smith podcast for years until he got a hold of E-Man. Yeah, I hear you. Kevin's best podcast is his coverage of almost every episode of the original live-action Batman TV show. It's just crazy that he did some pretty stupid shit with Batman too. I forget exactly what was there a thing with Batman pissing or something, or what the hell was it?
He bat diddled.
Yeah, Vinny says 007 Yens is the best Yens.
A full shagger, I believe.
00 Shagger. As far as myself, like I said, Sound of Freedom was the first thing I've seen in 6 years. That's how disgusted I've been with the movie industry as a whole, that I just didn't even want to go out to a theater for anything at any rate. I was not interested. The one thing that I am interested in seeing, it doesn't come out into 2024, is going to be Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire or something like that. That looks,
Or I didn't know they were doing another one.
Oh yeah. It's in production. The main baddie kind of almost looks like a giant orangutan. It's kind of weird. So they're saying there may be a bigger story behind it, and they're just kind of showing you somebody who's or should I say a Titan who's kind of like a fill-in for the real baddie behind them. So who knows? It looks pretty interesting now. They're going to do a lot of Hollow Earth stuff again, which it was pretty cool. I like when they did that in the last movie. So I'm interested in seeing that. And they do have the series that's coming out on Apple TV. And it's supposed to be based around like Monarch Files or something like that, but it's supposed to lean heavily into like Godzilla stuff. So, I mean, that could be kind of interesting too. I'm just kind of like tentatively waiting to see what they're going to do. But the Godzilla movie in 2024, from what I've seen, it's going to look spectacular. So, I mean, hopefully everything keeps going the way they've been doing it, and every movie has been a little bit better than the last. And I hope that they really do knock it out of the park with this one. Yeah. Posh Jens is a funny Jens. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Did you see anything about that movie they're going to do about the Von Erichs?
I did see something mentioned about it in one of the chats. Really not sure what to think about it. Did you hear anything more on it, or?
I've been seeing stuff on Twitter about it. I'm not sure when it comes out. Let me see. Let me try to see when it comes out. Called Iron Claw.
Kevin Smith is a fool. Yeah, he is now. I mean, these people, man, I just don't understand it. They just forget where they came from.
It's coming out this year. Oh, it's coming out December this year.
Okay. I forget. Who was some of the people that they had in that one?
MJF.
I don't know that Jeremy Allen White is playing Kerry Von Erich. I don't know who this guy is. I knew that Zac Efron was playing Kevin Von Erich because they were showing pictures of like how fucking jacked he got. He was already jacked, and he got Steinered up for this role.
Right. Captain Steroids.
Yeah. Harris Dickinson, David Von Erich. I don't know who Harris Dickinson is. Yeah, MJF is in this.
Yeah.
He plays the non-Von Erich Von Erich. He plays the fake Von Erich, Lance Von Erich.
I mean, for other people that don't know wrestling history or don't care about wrestling, like they're not going to give a shit about that movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much. But
yeah, that family was just full of fucking tragedy too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And most of them died pretty damn young.
Kevin's the only one still alive.
Yep. The rest of them pretty much all suicide.
Best wrestling movie ever was fucking Hulk Hogan's fucking. What was it? Oh, yeah. No Holds Barred. Best wrestling movie ever. Fuck the wrestler.
No Holds Barred. Jesus Christ. They should have just made that movie about Zeus instead of having Hulk Hogan's god-awful acting in that movie.
Fuck you, Mr. Slasher. You fucking don't know the fucking pure fucking power of the 24 Python.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to give you a reality check on this one. The best appearance of Hulk Hogan in any movie whatsoever is when he showed up in Gremlins 2. That's it.
I was thinking his Baywatch premiere wasn't too bad because it was really short with him and the Macho Man.
I thought he was pretty
yeah, well,
good.
he was in the A team and all, but that, like, in the Gremlins 2 was fucking great. Unfortunately, I wasn't in the cinema to appreciate the pure spectacular of Hulk Hogan fucking kicking Gremlins' asses. But great fucking bit.
He didn't kick their ass, he just threatened them.
Yeah. I mean, not to downplay when he did Thunder Lips in Rocky 3. I thought that was fine too. That was pretty good. But there was something about that Gremlins clip. It was just hilarious. It was just absolutely hilarious. And I think out of all the little mini appearances he had, and this is taking all the films that he did, which most of them were god awful, but all those things, I would say that was my favorite bit that he did in a movie.
Suburban Commando?
Oh God, that was so god awful. Yeah, I hear you, awesome one. Some of the government people called them Nephilim or demons, not aliens. Yeah, that shit with wrestling just drives me nuts sometimes. See how fast the Gremlins stop messing with the film after Hulk got out of me.
The best Hulk Hogan performance was WrestleMania 2, where he beat King Kong Bundy when he had broken ribs.
Jesus, I watched all those damn things, and I would say probably one of the, wow, God, what was the worst match that I ever seen him in?
That one where Jeff Jarrett laid down and.
Well, that wasn't even a match. That was just a joke. I'm trying to think of like the absolute worst match he had when he was still Hulk Hogan. You know, early WWE days. We're at WWF, actually.
Worst match was against Ultimate Warrior in WrestleMania 6 where he lost. That was
that was great. That was great. I loved it. And you know what I loved? I was actually we had a whole bunch of friends and everybody was like, they were taking bets about who was going to win, blah 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 blah. I said, you know, the Warrior's going to win. Oh no, Hogan's going to win. Hogan's going to win. I'm like, bullshit.
Going bold a bit.
And that's why I don't like you, Tommy. Although I believe you have good fucking taste in rival fucking figures, but WrestleMania, fuck you!
So angry. I love it. You know somebody was eating their vitamins. But go ahead.
No, vitamins, right? Is that
vitamins. But I think this is a good place to start winding it down. I got a few more things I want to take care of. I've absolutely.
I think we could go for another hour, Tommy. Don't be a pussy. Go for another hour.
Doing an hour and 20. That's good. And winding it up somewhere around 1:30. I got other stuff to do.
Hour and 2 hours. Hour and 2 hour stream, Tommy. Don't let me down.
Jens, I know you got nothing better to do in this stream all night, but I actually got other things to do. I got to take care of pigs, and then, believe it or not, I got to get back into filming more toy vids because those things don't film themselves, and they take forever to run through the damn editor. Holy shit. I spent at least like a full day the other day, Saturday. I spent a full day just editing videos. And then, I tried to play the game and beat YouTube yesterday by flooding YouTube with over 21 videos, so 18 shorts and 3 regular videos. Just try to break their algorithm stranglehold that's been on me for freaking like a month. And it partially started to work at first, and then I guess they caught on to what I was doing, and then they just started suppressing the shit again. They drive me nuts with this shit, man. They just drive me nuts. What's going on, Cal? So it's good to see you, man. I'm doing all right. I hope that you are well too. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Absolutely. The Disney Inferno. I might end the stream with that song. I don't know. I might get around to ending the stream with that. But we're going to hand it off to the panelists. They're going to let you know what they got going on, and we are going to start with.
What car is that coming up? Creepy.
Drive by. Hey, what's up? Finishing up Wrestling Society X this week. The last 2 episodes on Wednesday with the Wrestling Dustbin. And Saturday, I'm coming back with the movie. The Wizard from 89. Starring Super Mario Brothers, The Power Glove, and some kid named Fred Savage.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Huh?
No.
Oh, okay. So, you're hanging out Saturday. You'll see.
Yeah, any tits in Slasher?
Oh, God, Jens. Jesus Christ.
We gotta no, right. People think I'm just a pervert who wants to see female tits all the time. But my fucking live stream has been full of people saying that we need more tits in the year 2023. All I'm saying.
Jens, he'll get to you in a minute. But that's me. That's what I'm doing this week.
I appreciate it, Slasher. It's always fun to do all the streams with you, and I'm glad that you're back again, as always. Yeah. And look forward to getting through the last couple episodes of Wrestling Society X.
I also want to thank you, Tommy, because you were the one who told me, if you shouldn't quit. You should just chill, think about it for a while, and I did, and you were right, and I appreciate that.
No, it's not a problem. Sometimes a little introspection helps out a lot. It does. I mean, I think it's very overlooked. People don't stop to think about it, and they make rash decisions. And sometimes you come to regret them.
I appreciate it a lot, man.
No problem. Just being me. And we're going to hand it off to somebody. He's going to know who it is.
Well, he don't know talking good like me and you. So his vocabularistics is limited.
Oh Jesus! Now that it's on,
Yeah, come on, Mr. Talkie Pants.
the spotlight's on you now, Jens. Oh.
I like watching masculine action, and I'm gonna get around to doing this video review eventually one of these days if I could ever stop pumping iron and looking at birds all the time. Don't be fucking soy and eat your books. Did I get it right, Jens?
Now it was fucking dead silence.
I'm not sure if Adam is back yet or not. Adam, are you back? Adam?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
The Wiener Dog Clan, unfortunately, is not back with us as we're getting ready to wrap up. Adam, thank you for being on. You guys can always check him out in all the chats. He's always stopping by for Draven streams, ETEP, and Vinny's as well. And he comes over here and he hangs out and he graces our presence a lot. And he's always hanging out with world-class bullshitters. The guys stop by and check out Adam when he's hanging out with everybody. And when he pops videos up on his channel as well. All the descriptions for everybody and the links are down below. And thanks, Adam, for being here. It just the way it works, isn't it? You know, just as you're getting ready to wrap up, nobody's around to say bye.
Fuckers! That's because they're watching some soy cunt talking about the Barbie movie. You're a soy cunt! Why would the Barbie movie be good? What part of the Barbie movie would you be like, oh yeah, that was real good? Ken, help Barbie! Fucking put the oven in!
I hear you on that. I hear you. You got to be a little bit weird to be a guy and want to go out to see the Barbie movie, you know, and I hear the excuses. I mean, I understand if you're taking your kid to see it, that could be one thing. But if you're going out with your girlfriend to go see the Barbie movie, I think you should probably get one of those tests done on your brain because there's definitely something wrong with you. Guys, remember, the number one thing that should happen is always this.
Bitches, join us, baby, burn you, join us, bitch.
I just want to see that company absolutely burn to the ground. So thank you, everybody who's been hanging out in the chat with me. I know that Soul Assassin had posted the link, and guys, stop by and see Miss Martin use this. Go ahead and read the chat over there. Hashtag Guinea Pig Raid. Let Miss Martin knows that we are showing her some love. And thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to us ramble. And we hope that you have an awesome day. Remember, never let anybody tell you what you can or can't say, what you should or should not think, because your compliance and your silence gives consent. We will catch you next time. Later, y'all. Bye.
Get the pigs you should spend. Assimilated, but you don't know yet. Attacking us is not very wise. Our army's growing if we see through your lies.
What we are looking at, good and evil, right and wrong. It's a pig world order. A pig world order. A pig world order. A pig world order. Somebody's gonna wind up getting their toes nibbled off in here. A pig world order. 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 Better hide your toes as we're coming for. A pig world order. A pig world order. A pig world order.